Hello everyone. Today we are going to be looking at the Locksmith Secure Pro lever. In today's episode we're going to be removing this residential lock. This one actually was a little tricky to get off. It has a threaded ring that if you do not know about it or are not aware of it, can definitely cause some problems. But luckily we have worked on a unit like this before and we're able to just pop it right off of there, no problem at all. Once the door is prepped, the door or the Locksmith Secure Pro will fit onto standard openings such as 2 3/8 or 2 3/4 back set. We start off by opening the box and taking out all the paperwork, and I like to make sure that we have all of the parts first by dumping everything out, putting it all together, and making sure that all of the parts are actually complete in the package before we get started. That ensures not having a problem mid-installation with not having all of the components. That also leaves an empty box for trash and for the old lock to go into, so you can stay nice and clean as you operate and as you go ahead and install the system. Slice the screw bag open, and now we're ready to go. There is a no drill option for this, and you can see you can add extra security by drilling the middle hole that goes through, and that would actually add a screw and a stud that goes all the way through the door up above, but it's not necessary. Here I was showing that the square portion needs to be lined up directly in the center of the door. So that's where that sliding feature, you can do a 2 3/8, which is most common for residential applications, the shorter back set, and you could do a 2 3/4 back set, which is more commercial. The first step you're going to want to do is take out the square spindle, and the square spindle is going to have a cotter pin. You're going to want to insert the cotter pin and the square spindle into the external housing, or the side with the keypad on it, and pin it in place and bend the cotter pin back. This lock is also not handed correctly, so we can field hand the lock by simply inserting the key, rotating it 90 degrees, and using the provided tool that looks like a little set of tongs, and push and depress both detents in at the same time, and then simply flip the handle over in the other direction. That is the external portion. Doing it on the inside is a little bit different. There are 2 pins that you just saw me put in. Those are not screws that I put in at first. There are 2 alignment pins to allow you to actually align the lock properly, as you have adhesive on the back. Once you peel the adhesive, you want to make sure that you're sticking the lock in the correct position and that it's straight up and down. So you use those alignment pins to hold the screw position while you do so, and then you take the pins out and you can insert the screws and attach the screws and install the screws like I'm doing now. Rehanding the internal portion of this lever lock is fairly easy as well, as long as you know what you're doing. You simply take the screw out of one side, flip the handle around, and then insert it on the other side, and your lock has been totally and completely rehanded. Next, I like to go ahead and plug the external portion in, or the keypad side into the internal portion, and then make sure you're not pinching the DPS or door position sensor wire down below. There's a little channel for it to go through, so make sure that it's going through that proper channel, and make sure that no wires are being crushed. That is the main hazard with bolting on the internal portion of the lock, is making sure no wires get crushed. Once you do that, then you simply install the 3 screws that are dark colored to match the finish, and then install the batteries. I highly recommend running the ribbon behind the batteries. Once you put the last battery in, or rather before you put the last battery in, you should be holding the reset button so that it resets the lock, or the program button rather, so that it resets the lock, and then you can test it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 will be the standard factory default code, and then once you verify everything's working, I put the magnet on for the door position sensor on the inside of the door frame. And there you have it. We've got the mechanical key override, and I test all of this before we hand it over to the customer. Lockly has made it so easy with so many different features to install a quality product that will last both in residential and commercial applications for both lever locks and deadbolts and even hardwired access control systems. For more information, check out Lockly's website and your supplier for more information. Thank you for watching, and I highly recommend keeping your Lockly products in stock on the van, on the truck at all times, because I sell 80% of my Lockly product because we simply have it on the truck ready to go for the customer in their time of need. Thanks for watching.